What's up, guys? This is Justin with To The Water Outdoors. I thought about going fishing today, but I'm gonna turn some wood today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this acacia wood. It's a 2x6 block, and then we've got a 2x5 block. We're gonna turn this into a bowl with a lid. I don't like using the thick ones like this for lids when they're like 2.5 to 3 inches thick, because really it's a waste. But I think I'm gonna make a dome lid out of it. So we'll see what happens. And actually, we might not use that. We might use this one. It's a little bit thicker for a bowl, and we'll turn this into a lid. I think that's a good idea. Still acacia. They're both acacia wood. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. Start out, I use this. Sometimes I'll drill a hole in it and use the worm gear. And but I don't think I'm going to do that today. So we're just going to use this, and I'm not even sure what it's called. I'm new to this. I posted some shorts on a couple bowls that I made. I really enjoy it. I've made quite a bit. I bet you I've made 20 or so in the last month, but I've only done it, I don't know, in about a month. I guess it might be close to 2 months now I've been doing this. We'll screw this. It's got 4 screw holes. I only do 2. And I don't go super deep, but I'm not going to be super rough on it, so I think we're going to be fine. Ooh, she's on there. What are we sitting on? We're sitting on mid. We better go down one. I lost my top nut yesterday, and I haven't cleaned the shop up yet, so it's in the sawdust somewhere. I got a Rockler 10x18 lathe, nothing crazy expensive. There's the digital ones out there with dual speed motors and all that good stuff. This is not it. I never lathed before, so when I wanted to try it, I didn't want to go spend a fortune on a lathe, because you can spend a few $1,000s, but I wanted to make sure I liked it or even was good at it, you know. There's the high spot. So I went and bought this, and I'm very, very satisfied with it, man. It's for $300. Actually, I paid less than that because I got it on sale, and that's why I bought it. I got it so cheap, I had to. That's good and tight. In the beginning, I like to put this on there because it's wobbly. Just kind of keeps it pushed up on there. Tighten everything down there. Let's see. Let's go around. We got the Rikon. Let's turn on some lights here. There we go. I got the Rikon carbide set. I love it. I've used some cheap high-speed regular lathe bits. The downfall of them is I had cheap ones, so they went dull fast. And the next downfall is I don't know how to sharpen them. So it's easier just to go and buy your bit. You just unscrew that sucker, replace your bit. This is a circle. There's a square and a triangle. When you get this quarter done, it's got a dot. The dot means facing up, and it's just a reminder of where it's at. So when it gets dull, I just turn it a quarter of a turn, got a brand new bit. They say you can sharpen them on a specific kind of stone. I haven't tried it. I keep all of them, but they're really not that expensive, like $10. All right, here we go. So let's even this sucker out. gonna even this out and turn this bit. I've used it quite a bit and I feel like it's going dull. You can so tell it's unlevel. Right now it's because it's so unlevel. But as you start getting that unlevel spot down, you can hear it ticking, hitting like that. And that'll smooth out when it's getting level. And I'll show you another trick I learned. So you can hear it smooth out. Start thinking it's level, definitely still unlevel. You can hear it. My tool bounces. Better. Beautiful.
Radio went dead. We gotta have no worship music, guys. You gotta have no worship music.
Beautiful. Now that we're smooth, we will raise the speed. Well, that acacia wood has some sweet looking grain on it. Okay, let's think about this. We want to do the bottom first, so we want to round this off. Let's round the bottom off. I always take this all the way off. Get it out of my way. Get it out of my way. Now we'll put a hole in the bottom of this so that the blade chuck will hold it. to fit in there. Needs to be a little bigger. Bam. Bam, bam. Standing next to me. Might as well sand it while we're sitting here. We probably won't come back to the backside much. 80 grit. Okay. This thing is a lifesaver. It's got these that can go on it, and it comes way out here. We'll eventually, we might have to level some things out and we'll use it. But look at the difference from, you can see the top still has the lines in it. The bottom's clean, and look at that that wood grain. Ain't that just awesome? I love it. And when we shine it up, it'll be so sweet. Okay guys, I don't have like a tricked out light system. I thought about putting some lights up here on the shelf, but what I've learned with this, I can move this DeWalt light anywhere I want, and you want your light at a certain spot. Depends on where you're at, you're gonna want to see it really good. Like when I'm carving the bowl out, I don't want the light facing on top of it. When I'm on top of it, I don't want the light facing there. So I like to do it like I got it, for the simple purpose of I can put the light where I want it. Okay, we will round this side off, round the top, go back with the round carbide. Made it an inch. We're going to measure anyway. A little further than what I would think, I bet you. 1/2 inch exactly on the sides. 3/4, a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch on the bottom. So let's go a little bit further on the bottom. When it's spinning like like this, you can see lines on the inside, the bottom sides, and coming around the bend, and you can tell where you need to level it out. So we'll just level it out right now, make it all look even. Check that out.
Because you give.
Thank you for supporting listener-funded Air One. Let's worship now.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me.
Half inch, little bit more than half inch. Enough, we're gonna call it good. That's an inch on the sides. Let's take the corners down a little bit more. That looks good. Let's pop us a ridge on the top. Use the square carbide bit there. Beautiful. Okay. Now the fun part. Got a little bit of a bounce somewhere, but that's okay. This 80 might take it down. And there's definitely a safer way of sanding this. See people put sands on drills and stuff, but do this at your own risk. 80. Well, 120. Woo! I don't go anything past 600 inside. It's really hard. 600 makes it look really good, but this 1000 and 2000 just does the trick for the outside. And 2000. Woo! Whatever you do, don't get your fingers caught in that. Ain't gonna feel good. Okay. Take a cloth, something soft, dust it off. Like a glove, boys, like a glove. I think we need to sand it a little bit more. I don't like those lines. I don't know if you can see those in. I see them like big time. Let's start back with the 80. Sanding's probably one of the most important things of this job, or your stuff just don't turn out good. It'll turn out good, but you just see those little bit of imperfections there. You can really see them when it's spinning, that white line. Like a glove. Much better. Much better. Boy, that thing looks really pretty, don't it? I like those two knots right there. Okay. Let's pull this sucker down. And let's spin it. Spin it. Thinking about not putting oil on that, just putting cutting board oil on it. Let's do it. Let's just do cutting board oil. See what happens. See what she looks like. Oh, that looks so good. Beautiful. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to move the camera again here. We're going to go cutting board oil only. This is what I like to use. Boy, it will put a shine on it. Just a clean rag. Oh, once again, it's two. Don't need much of a rag here. I like to do this right here. Dump some in there, roll it around. If you don't, you can definitely tell where the oil's been. Rub it on there kind of thick. It's kind of messy on your hands, but it's okay. And then kind of wipe it down again. And then we'll let it set. Probably do it again because being it's a 1/2 inch thick, that wood's going to soak it up really well. But it don't do no good to rub it again until we let it soak. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. We'll set this on the side. Okay, do the measure. We need to measure our lid here. Now when you're doing this, go back and forth to make sure you get the highest spot, as wide as you can get it. If you're here, you're not in the middle. Obviously here you're not in the middle. So I go back and forth and I watch the gauge. 3.8, 3, 4, 5, 4. So we know the biggest point is 3.85. And I will forget, so I keep a notepad here. We will write it down with the pin that I made. Beautiful, huh? Yeah. We'll say bowl 3.85. Okay. Okay, we'll go back at it. Let's make sure that this bowl is, or this blank's going to be enough. 5 inches. We got plenty of bowl to work with.
Worship now.
59 seconds of hope.
Pastor Derwin Gray.
Center our light over our bowl.
On vacation to the Caribbean Islands. One of the things that she would do is that she would snorkel. And she would invite me to snorkel, but I, Derwin Gray, would choose not to
turn on
snorkel.
some
I
heat
would
for a
remain
second.
on the beach because if I
heater
snorkel,
fired up.
there could be something bigger than me.
I didn't like it. This round one does the trick for me, so that's why I use it. And let it. We might slow it down. What I like to do is leave it on the high speed, turn it on, test it. If this thing goes to rattle my building down, well then we're going to turn the motor down. This one ain't too bad, so we'll leave it high. Didn't take long to get hot in here. Okay. That's kind of the way we'll start the shape. I want it to kind of match up with the top of the lid. Just make sure we didn't go too far. Oh no. Alright, what we're going to do now, we're going to pop a circle in the middle. So that we can put our big bit back on there. Okay, what I do on the lids that I've made in the past, I like to make the knobs out of this. It's really pretty. What kind is it? I don't even know what it is. It's maple. It's maple wood. And it's real easy to make the knobs out of them. So this will be the top. I think we'll go ahead and sand it down just in case we don't have to turn it back around. I don't know, we'll find out.
Feels as cluttered as ours does, so we just want to help you refocus.
This is the very beginning, the kickoff, if you will, of 30 minutes of non-stop worship.
I think we're gonna hit that again. Feels like a divot. We might hit it with the...
We have ignition.
I wonder if we can run this across it. Let's try and run a triangle or a square across it. You can see the imperfections in it. That white circle around there, the dips, they fill with dust when you start sanding it really fine. You can see another one here, but we're going to be shaving that off. But this, we want it. This is finished almost. Okay, sand it again. Much better. Much better. Much better. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the corners here, pretty much finished product, other than we're going to have to shave it down a little bit further because we're going to 3.85. Come on, zero out. Which is right there, so we're going to go way down.
Song a day like today? Priceless.
We are your worship
Okay.
station, Air One.
Hopefully we went big enough on this. Yep, we did. One turn past what I think is pretty tight. Sorry for my singing again. I am not ashamed of my beliefs. I'm reminded that the Bible says, if you deny his name, he will deny yours in front of the Father and the angels. And that is not a thought that I like to think about. Alright, we're going to shave this thing down to get it to the 3.85 that we want it. Probably not close, but we're going to make sure. $4.25. We'll grab the bowl and check just in case. And yep, it is right. Ooh, we are close. I better watch myself, huh? We're going to check that. Let's check that. Man, it's mighty, mighty close. Let's keep going. I want to shave it down more. Now we got to remember, we got an indention at the top with the chuck blade in it about 1/4 inch. So we got to be careful how far we go in that way. We'll end up catching that lathe and probably get hurt. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the center part a little lower than the top. It'll be kind of weird shape, but it's just the lid. Level it out, look pretty. Okay. You don't want to go too thin. I want it to be the exact fit of the notch that we put in the top of the bowl. We're getting close. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it down to the 3.85 that we want it. Man, it is so close. Let's keep going. Get up out my way. There we go. Look, that's perfect. New thing coming. A little bit more, but we're gonna. Man, we gotta be careful. We'll end up going too small. It's almost airtight. I want it to go a little bit more. I want the side of this the same depth as the lip that we put in this. And it's hard to get it there, but we can get it there. Just check it. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. I think we're gonna go a smidgen more, not much. that look pretty. And we need to trim a little bit off. It's a little too tight. I don't want it to be like airtight. Guys, I think that's perfect. You can't see it on the camera, but I'll show y'all shortly.
If the holiday season can be just
Actually,
a lot, sometimes
I'll take the camera off and show you.
We have full-time pastors on staff.
You can connect with them anytime by going to air1.com.
See, it fits good and tight. See how it's just about flush. We don't want it to go too low. I would rather stick a little bit higher. But I like it. Do y'all like it? Boy, look at the difference in the colors. They're both acacia wood. That's what that cutting oil does, man. It makes it look so good. Alright, so let's take this off and get it oiled up. We leave this part a little bit thicker because it's indented in there, and we don't want to go through the back side, and it would be a total waste of an entire blank. So alright, we're going to use this. Have some other stuff. And a whole scrap pile, but they're just not big enough. I'd like to use one of these. I guess one of these days we can try to plane this down and screw some together. Because it's darker, and this is going to be really light. But it's not 2 inches. I need to buy a bigger block. It's okay. Oh, my saw's in the truck. Alright guys, you'll have to give me a minute to get my saw. Got us a knob cut. Just gonna use this, probably 3 inches tall. We won't use it all, but we need something to be able to grab a hold of. Now I know by experience of doing this don't open up wide enough. So what I do, this comes with every lathe. Super cheap bit. I barely ever use it, but it sure comes in handy when I do these. Tight. We want to get it as close as we can to center. I'm a plumber by trade, so my eyes are pretty good for level and center. Oh, that's pretty close. Go with it. It don't got to be super tight because we're not going to trim it down, but just a little bit on one end, big enough to fit in there, and it barely gets to go down. Try to do it too hard because it's not cranked down where the teeth are grabbing it. It just sits. It stops spinning. So let's go light. Yeah. That'll do it. Get that out of our way. Farther to get it flush, but it's okay, it's in. Crank this sucker down tight. It's going to be unlevel, but we're going to level it up. We only need 2 inches, 2.06, and we are working with They say 3, but it's 2.8. It's close. 2 inches. Again, we're going to go a little bit bigger than 2 inches so that we got room to make mistakes. Because I'm not a pro and I won't make mistakes. Down here that we want it 2.06. Up here is going to be the ball. Down here we'll shave a circle out of it. Large. 2.15, 2.13. I say let's go with it. Let's go with it. Okay, let's carve us a ball. So from having this chuck in there, we've got a hole in there. We don't want a hole in the top of the handle, so let's get that off right off the bat. Triangle. .08. I can sand that down and make it work. So now what I do is I'm going to take this we're going to get us some working room. Use a cutoff tool. I go 2 different sides. Bam, 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 bam. Because what happens, this thing will get wedged up in there and it starts jerking around and gets sketchy. So I go 2 sides. And don't stick your hand in there. Go to where it's almost off. And as a plumber, I have a lot of hacksaw blades. It'll have that little bitty spot at the top. I just shave it off. don't cut yourself. I stuck it in my hand the other day. Okay. Might be a little big, but we will sand it down to make it fit. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Okay. I really don't need to really sand that down, but I'd like to still sand it down. Should have done that before we pulled it off, but remember guys, never claim to be a pro.
Over 2,000 times in their life. What is this?
Okay, I think it has something to do with
Put
going
it on
out
there
to
and
meals,
rub some more oil on it.
using a toothpick at the end.
Do some Type
Using a
Bond
toothpick at
wood
the end
glue.
of things.
Locking in, picking their teeth.
Our family, like all the men seem to do that, always grab, the complimentary toothpick at the end, but none of the ladies do. So I feel like 2,000 times could be realistic.
Glue.
Nothing
Squeeze that
says
sucker
right
in
as
there.
Digging some steak out of your bicuspid after a big meal. No, that's not right. That's okay though. We're gonna push it forward and we'll give you a chance to guess and win. Here's your phone number.
888
Glue's gonna squeeze out of it. Get that off.
The answer to today's almost impossible
Lightly,
question
we
of
don't
the
want to
day
scrape
for
the
you is
lid.
on the way next.
That's how it's supposed to fit. Now, some oil. Okay. There's the finished product, guys. Bam. Like a glove, huh? Beautiful. I don't think we need to put any more oil on it. There's an acacia bowl. And that sucker fits tight. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. If you're a pro and I've made mistakes, tell me where my mistakes are being made so I can get better. Like and subscribe. Thank you.